Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we've got our tiny little galaxy here. Okay, it's a small galaxy, it's not a tiny galaxy, but we've got our small little galaxy here, and we are moving forward. We're going to be on fast speed here, and we're going to be looking to settle here as soon as we can. Bees indeed. Apparently we are still bees? Yeah, I mean, we're butterflies, but we're pretending we're bees. So that's absolutely okay. We're going to be colonizing both of these. We do need a total of 500 food and 200 alloys each. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to need more food, for sure. So that's 1,000 total food, and we also need like 400 alloys. That'll take some time.
We have found an anomaly.
There's significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern that cannot be natural. From orbit, the massive rifts look almost like writing. Well, we'll definitely research that. I think we're going to sell off a few minerals here. There we go. And I want to buy in, for the moment, is buying food more important or buying alloys? I think buying food. We're gaining 6 food and 11 alloys, and the price on alloys is significantly higher. So I'm going to buy 500 food here. There we go.
The system. Our construction
And we can grab a tradition. So, what are we going to take? I want to take, perhaps, something along the lines of leader capacity per rival, ship build cost and build speed while militarily weaker than a rival. This wants us to be weaker than rivals. Okay, this is all about having rivals. Got it. I would normally take discovery right away in the beginning. For the moment, I actually don't want to do that. I want to do something a little different. So maybe we go for, like, supremacy here. That seems kind of decent. We'll adopt that for now. And that unlocks the agenda military buildup. Cool. So that's fine. For the time being, our construction ship is mostly going to be idle. We don't need to build these, of course. They will build themselves. And we need the alloys, at this point, more for colonization than anything else. So we could consider buying in 125 alloys and getting a colony ship going immediately, and I think that's a good idea. We absolutely want to get this going as soon as possible. We want the 80% location, so we're going to send some bees out over there. Actually, we're not butterflies. We're like ants. But we're bees. We're definitely bees. So that's okay. We are going to head to probably over here. Someone used a mining laser from orbit approximately 5,000 years ago to carve a large body of writing into the surface of Terra Z3A. The massive script covers a large portion of the moon's upper hemisphere and appears to be a short story chronicling the difficult life of an alien mercenary. Fascinating. So that's all good. We are going to proceed here. And Terra Z it has an archaeological site. Interesting. So that's certainly noted. Where are you going? Oh, you're going over to Trinic. I see. Sure. This is an arid world out over here. Noted. This leader is leveled up. We can grab stability and amenities as counselor. Growth node is a governor, though. And so these are both empire traits. We'll grab feedback loop, but they're not currently a counselor as far as I'm aware. We've picked up readings of unknown nature. The signals seem to follow some kind of repeating syntax, which could indicate sapient origin. It should be investigated further. They seem to be concentrated around a single space station, although it's unclear whether this forms part of a larger spacefaring civilization. We will proceed, and that's all great. So we're, of course, working on building that colony ship. We're going to need a second colony ship. We have nearly enough food and alloys. Well, we have about half the alloys. We'll have enough for that in a few months here. The food is maybe a bigger problem. We might need to buy in 100. There we go. The ISF Zof Luar has discovered a previously unknown strategic resource on Terra ZB1, dubbed volatile motes. These preternatural particles contain a tremendous amount of energy, which could be exploited in energy production as fuel or even as explosives. While we don't yet possess the means to extract this resource, we should seriously consider establishing control. Yeah, except we can extract it because it'll auto-build. But we're only going to get it at 75% reduced production. So 25% of a volatile mote is what we would end up getting for now, until we have that tech. So that's actually really good. I like it. We're going to need to get our alloys. We could accelerate this process by a couple months by buying 25 alloys here. I don't know if that's a great idea. Actually, it is, because that means that we can do it right now. We're going to have this colony ship finished very shortly, so I want to colonize this immediately. And really, that should be Nashira Secundus, but whatever. It's okay. It doesn't matter. We want to get these colonized as soon as possible. That's absolutely vital. I do want to grab potentially ship fire rate. Overwhelming force is pretty decent here.
We have found an anomaly.
We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this planet. Might be a glitch in our systems, or it could be a sign of something more, and we'll look into that. So now, of course, we want to grab Urantok and Terrazed. Those are our next two goals there. We may want to consider getting a second colony ship. This is our Hivemind, which is, of course, our Empire ruler. So ship upkeep and army upkeep, minerals from jobs percentage, or pop growth speed and food from jobs. We actually want that one. So that'll be absolutely great. I'm going to get us a second construction ship shortly, but next construction is going to be over here, and we're going to get a starbase. That's 2 months out, so that's okay. A starbase there will be absolutely fine.
We have surveyed the system.
Trinic is now done. Our colony ship has gently touched down at the top of a large flat mesa near the equator of Nashira Prime. This location will serve well as a first landing site, and the rivers that flow in the canyons below provide easy access to fresh water. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed, so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull, as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers, plural. The first Bees City on an alien world. A great day for the Stinger entity. Cool. I should have changed our ship prefix to Bees, or just B. That would have been nice. A large amount of ship debris can be found in orbit around this planet, possibly the remnants of some kind of massive fleet action. Can we actually change that? Hang on. I don't know that we can at this point. It would be sad. Or that is sad, I should say. So we're actually doing a pretty big investigation out over here. We're 2% done with that, though. I think it's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. So that's all fine. We've traced the unusual electromagnetic radiation emanating from Rankshin 6 to a secret subterranean bunker. Hey, I like these guys. Hiding a megacomputer the size of a battleship. Our researchers suspect that it may have been there for several thousand years, hard at work solving a single very complex problem, the nature of which still eludes us. When the crew attempted to interact with the computer, they discovered that the facility, which had appeared both abandoned and unguarded, was in fact operated by a security AI, the highest purpose of which seems to be frying its visitors alive. As the crew defeated the AI, it broadcasted a message to an unknown recipient, so we can scrap it for parts and get us 100 alloys. That's not a lot, to be honest. We could boost our own research for 10 years, or we could gain a bunch of unity, and that's actually what we're going to do here. We're going to let it continue its mysterious calculations, and we are going to, I think, grab, at this point, nutrient arcs. Done. So we now have a naval cap of 48. That's good. We definitely want to start building to that, but our alloys are going to be better suited elsewhere for the moment. That said, Mecha's Station, we should probably swap our solar panel over to a shipyard. So we'll do that for right now, and I do want to get this starbase going over here. That is going to be important. We have a new tradition available already, and we can grab organic architecture. We'll certainly do that. We also have our first contact event pending, so we establish communications with the artisan troupe. We're going to gain some influence from that, which is great. A visitor! This is a joyous occasion indeed. Oh, forgive my manners. I believe introductions are in order. We are the artisan troupe. Our members have dedicated their lives to the pursuit of art, music, culture, and all the other things, which makes existence bearable to a sapient being. Please, if you'd like to share in the wonder of our creations, do not hesitate to contact us. Okay, so where are they? They are located somewhere in one of our locations? Like Nashira? I actually don't know where these guys are. Okay. Well, we could definitely find out by going to our contacts, right? So it's one of these. Here we go. So the artisan troop is... Okay. Move camera to Emden? I have no idea how we detected these guys. Okay, well, we don't actually care for now. That's fine. We're going to proceed forward here, and we're going to get Nashira colonized very quickly. Rankshin is going to be another location that we're very interested in colonization. So we're definitely going to want to survey out over this way, and Terrazed is now complete. Wonderful. There's Urantok done. Terrazed is, of course, the next location that we want to head to. We do detect a tundra world out over here. Tundra worlds are pretty bad for us. So that's definitely something that we're going to have to handle eventually. And really, since we don't have to construct these, we might be able to get away with only having one colony ship. We want to build our starbase out over here for sure. Our leader pool has been refreshed. That's nice. We haven't run into anybody yet. Oh, there they are. There's the artisan troop. Okay, that's noted. What is the strength of... Okay, 14.1k. Sure. For now, that's fine.
We have surveyed the system.
A small cargo pod has been left to drift in space above this gas giant. It has been captured by the planet's gravity well and will eventually be pulled into its atmosphere. Well, we'll research that. We actually got Rankshin surveyed very quickly. There's our engineering research being boosted. Looks good. And probably getting our corvettes cheaper and building faster would be really good here. We're going to want a lot of things in that engineering tree, for sure. But for now, this'll do. There's clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit of Terrazed C2. Yeah, C2, because C is the star indicator. For a second, I was thinking, what is that, like 102? No, that's not a Roman numeral there. It's the C to indicate the third star of the trinary star. At some point in the past 5,000 years, the surface on one side of the planet is pockmarked with craters from stray weapons blasts, and scans from the ISS Zoph Luar have picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in very poor condition, the fact that anything remains at all after the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. Science Officer Obi-Wan it's almost Obi-Wan, is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies. Okay, Obi-Wan. Well, Obi-Wan is, of course, our only hope, so that's absolutely fine. We can mount a graveyard expedition, and that requires a science ship. We'll do that by Control-Shift-Right-Click Research Project to prepend that before the automated survey. So that all looks good. We'll get that done. Once ISF Zoph Job got close enough to scan the cargo pod, it was assumed that the sensors were malfunctioning. The pod is built out of the exact same alloy we ourselves use for spacebound structures. The likelihood that some alien beings would come up with this exact mixture is beyond unlikely. Yet after recalibrating the scanners, the same results appeared. Upon opening the pod, the only thing greeting us was a collection of documents detailing exactly where we should assign each of our science drones and what they should be asked to study. The instructions end on a fixed date, one that is scheduled to fall exactly 10 years from now. So we could send that back and we would gain 5% research speed, or we could gain 100 influence. That's a difficult choice. I think the influence at this stage is more important to us because that will allow us to continue to expand at maximum speed. So that's what we'll do for the moment. It feels so weird to be leaving these behind, but I mean, you just saw. We just built a science station. It just happens every 3 months. It's very strange. No doubt about that. So the cognitive node leveled up, and that's fine. We can go for, I guess, ship upkeep? We don't really have any edicts at this point, so edict upkeep isn't that big of a deal. We can then head out over this way, and we're certainly going to do so. We want to grab Rankshin as soon as we can so that we can start inhabiting Rankshin 1. That is a very high priority for us at this juncture.
Our special project is complete.
The team under Science Officer Obi-Wan has finished their expedition on Terrazed C2 and returned to the ISF Zoph Luar. Thankfully, the starship graveyard on the surface proved to be a technological treasure trove. Studying the remains of these vessels has advanced our research in certain fields by several years, and there are yet things to discover. A permanent science outpost in orbit would be a great boon to our Starship engineering efforts. There we go. So we're going to get 3 engineering research there permanently, and we're going to get 656 total engineering research right now. That's great. So TerraZ, of course, is going to take a little bit to fill all that out, but that's okay. So Obi-Wan leveled up, and we could grab additional survey speed. At this point, survey speed is pretty good. During its survey of Sysagia 4, the ISF Zoph Mole discovered several exotic gases, previously unknown to us. Cool, so exotic gases are always great. And this is going to take 5,760 days. It's a level 10 anomaly. We'll come back to that one. That one is going to take a while, so we'll not do that for the time being. I'm a little surprised we haven't run into anybody yet. This is a small galaxy. Well, we'll see how it goes. There is a tundra world out here, but we haven't really run into all that many additional worlds, right? So we're going to head down and grab Ranction. We might want to consider getting that second construction ship going, but we're definitely going to have issues with it. So over here in Nashira Prime, we have no tile blockers, actually. Actually, we do, but we don't have the tech to clear them. Noted. So that's fine for the moment. We definitely want to immediately build a spawning pool here. So that's going to get us additional organic pop assembly and amenities. So we want to do that, and then we probably also want to build, not a sensorium site, a synaptic node? Yes, a synaptic node. Okay, so we'll do spawning pools and synaptic nodes for each of these to start with. And then we'll work on getting them specialized a little bit more after that.
Conceived.
So that's all good. We just got evolutionary convergence, which is, of course, finishing up our unity there. Pop growth speed would be really, really solid. We want to get that early on. So that's good. Damage versus star bases and just fleet command limit. Fleet command limit is interesting here. Our current fleet command limit is 20. So this would bump up our fleet command limit to 40, with our naval cap being 48. Okay, what's the completion effect here? All the war doctrines. Okay, noted. So I want to go check on our policies here real quick. So, technology. Right. Did they move this? Hang on. Am I dumb? I might just be dumb. I probably am. Government, policies, and edicts. Right, I am dumb. Yeah, exactly. So we're on unrestricted wars. We're on oppressive vassalage. We're on indiscriminate orbital bombardment. We are expansionist for our diplomatic stance, which is probably about correct. Yeah, I think that's about correct for now, anyway. Do we accept orbital surrender? Maybe we don't. Done. We can change that later if we don't like it. So we don't allow orbital surrender. First contact protocol is aggressive. Initial border status is going to be closed. Production policy is balanced, which seems reasonably fine for now. We are allowed to research debris, or we're allowed to scavenge debris later. Okay, we might want to do that. And we are allowed to purge. Cool. That's what I wanted to check into. Remember, we don't view anyone else as alive. They are merely obstacles that must be removed, the same as tile blockers, or something like that. So this is absolutely fine. We'll probably end up becoming a crisis, too, most likely.
Our construction is complete.
So that'll be good. We, of course, want to colonize over here. In order to do that, we're going to need a little bit more food and a few more alloys. Let's buy in 100 food and 125 alloys because we want to do this immediately. We want to get that going as soon as possible. So that's absolutely great. We'll get that constructing right now. Really, we could have done it before we even took this location, but
Technology
we're going to head up over this direction. We are currently lacking alloys to do it. Actually, I think we have it now. Yeah, now we can. So that's good. We do need physics research. What did we just research? Quantum theory? Okay. That's fine. So let's go for research station output. That'll be good for now. Excellent. So our capital is likely going to be a research location, so a research capital here. Oh, sectors are back, right. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Hive capital is what we're going to set this as for the moment. And that's, of course, what it has to be. So that'll be fine. One of these is... What is down here? An anomaly? Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead and research this. Impressive structures litter Loisar 6A's surface, practically begging for some archaeological work. Absolutely do that. Nashira Prime was just established, and we have an available leader trait. This governor? Minus deviancy sounds good. Okay, so we'll do that for now. Not that I think we have a deviancy problem, but we can certainly put in spawning pools and a synaptic node here. Looks good. So Terrazet is being slowly worked on. It's interesting, the way that this is set up, actually. Yeah, that went from 10 to 8 there. So we're definitely continuing to get those built. No doubt about that. We're going to be finishing up our colony ship here in very low amounts of time. So that's absolutely great. We are currently negative on our food. That's less great.
Our construction is complete.
So we just finish up out over here. We could certainly grab this for the time being. We're going to be running low on influence very soon. We see an arid world down here. That's something that's important for us to get. Loisar 6A is uninhabited, and indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs, carved from some mineral not native to the planet, evidently placed there by some artistically inclined spacefaring race. The monolith's flowing lines deftly chart a history so fantastical, it must surely be fictional. Surely. We'll image them for the archives, and we get some engineering research out of that. Phenomenal. We can also grab ourselves, say, Anomaly Discover Chance. Sounds good. As well as a pending trait pick here. Okay. So what do we want for our Legion node? Monthly Unity. I like it. For our regulatory node, let's go for Stability and Amenities. That sounds good. Beautiful. So no problem whatsoever there. I do want to get some additional food income going, so we should think about... I mean, this is a good mining world. We don't know what's on this arid world at this moment. Obi-Wan found something. We'll get back to that in a moment. I want to check here. There's just not a lot of agriculture available there. Okay. A small rectangular object on the surface of this planet is deflecting all scanning beams, like a mirror. Our sensors are unable to determine its material composition. Well, we'll research that. That'll be absolutely fine.
We have found an anomaly.
Faint traces of weapon radiation, indicative of a military spacecraft, have been detected on ASIM 2. Okay, research that. That'll be a little slow, but that's fine.
Our construction is complete.
Noted. We've made first contact with some mysterious aliens in the Garia system. We should find out whether they're capable of communicating with us and dedicate a portion of ourselves to translating their language if this proves to be the case. For now, they've been given the designation Upsilon aliens. Okay, what do we got up here? Mining drones. Okay, that's fine. So we're definitely going to work on that. That does mean, of course, we're not going over this way for a while. So that's fine. I want to head over to Trinic at this point. So that's okay. No issues whatsoever right now. And we are going to get Ranction settled fairly soon. So this all looks good. We're going to be getting our synaptic node done on Nashira Prime soon. How are we doing on pop growth here? So we have pop growth and assemblage. Cool. 20 months and 42 months. That's not bad. While conducting surface scans of Loisar 3, Science Officer Obi-Wan and the crew of the ISS Zof Luar discovered what appears to be an artificially carved slab of rock covered in alien writing. They've not detected any other signs of alien activity on the planet, and exactly how this mural came to be here is a mystery. We've prepared a special project to translate the text. Okay, so let's take a look at that. We've got the crashed starship here. No, that is the archaeological site. So we need to do this translate alien mural. And yeah, we need to have the science ship in orbit here. So we're going to do that. There we go. We'll get that underway. That won't take too long. Nothing too major there. It feels like Terrazet is not really getting... Well, it's random, right? Because Ranction already finished. So Terrazet did not get all of its constructions done there. But that's fine. That's completely okay. -7 food is less okay. We're going to buy in some food here, and I think that means that we have to designate one of these worlds, and it's going to be this one. So we're going to get agriculture districts built here, as many as we can. It's not a lot of agriculture slots, but we'll have to do what we can there. And now it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode... Actually, what do we have on our hive capital? There are a decent number of agriculture slots here. For the time being, we might want to build one here. We're probably going to want to change that later. But for now, we'll do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.